you know what, I'll show you something. So this guy messaged me today saying, hi, where are you located, can't load the website. So I said, hi, the website is down at the moment, we'll start to run again soon. We're in Ledbury, Midlands, UK. You want to see his response? Let me just... I'm not gonna show you his name because obviously it's not nice. This is the whole conversation, okay? How much to convert to 4x4 four-wheel drive? What? The website? How much to convert to four-wheel drive? I mean, now you tell me, what should I say? How should I respond to something like this? Usually when I build exhaust manifolds, I push the pipes inside, so I use the argon to run inside the pipes. So when you weld it, the welding is actually has it's shielded from argon from both sides. Now 3-inch stainless exhaust systems from the turbo back, usually I don't do it because it's been proven that even if it's not the strongest, because that's not the way to do it properly, it is still way stronger than enough to build exhaust systems. And again, this pipe is not too long, it's not too big, so wouldn't waste too much gas. But when you imagine you have large section of 3-inch or 4-inch pipes, you got to fill up with the argon, and it has to run through even slowly. I mean, that's a lot of argon wasted. And again, if a customer doesn't pay for it, or it doesn't have to be extra strong or whatever, I tend not to do it. But yes, the best way is to obviously push the argon inside. Again, exhaust manifold, when the strength is obviously is required, the maximum you can get, then is a must. I always do it. But so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run all these welds, like on the top here, top here, top here, top there, and top there, and I'm gonna turn it all the way around and do the same on this side, but only short bits. So when he's gonna pull both sides equally. It's not gonna open anyway, because when you weld it, every weld pulls. There's nothing you can do about it. It will pull. You have to put it in the calculations. Not too much, but it will. And then what I tend to do, not to do one pipe all around, because you have to turn it each time all around. Just section here, section there, section there, section there, section there. This way it actually gives me a hand to keep everything stable with the temp and cool down, because when you do a section like this, for example, then you have to cool it down, do another section, cool it down, another section. When you do 3 of these passes, all this area is gonna warm up quite a lot, and then the passes you have to do, they have to be shorter, and you have to stay longer with the gas. I got to set up my post flow. Post flow is when you stop welding and you still have a gas argon coming out from the torch to cool down the weld, because you have to protect it from the oxygen. When you see people welding this stuff, and then you can see they weld up and then you remove the torch, slow away, that's it, walk away, they got no fucking idea what they're doing. That's not the way to do it. The argon shield is there to protect the very warm or melting material, still stainless in this case, from oxygen, and you have to cool it down till any oxygen hits that, because if not, it's gonna lose its stainless properties and lose the elasticity, and it's gonna be brittle, very like, well, like a rock pretty much, and that's why you have cracks. So when I hear sometimes people saying, oh, exhaust manifold, for example, is much stronger from mild steel than stainless steel, that's complete bullshit. It's completely not true. It's due to the technique of welding. You know, there's different technique to weld mild steel and different technique to weld stainless steel. And if both are done correctly, stainless steel is not weaker than mild steel exhaust manifold, not whatsoever. I've been doing exhaust manifolds for so many years, not a single one has ever cracked. There've been from some rough stuff, proper abusing competition, they never cracked. So there you go. But again, yes, the argon sheet is, you have to cool it down. So again, if your material, the whole material you're welding is already in very high temperature, you add obviously your temperature from the arc, from welding, and it kind of not saying overheated, but general heat is going to be higher, and to cool down the little section you're going to weld up, it's going to take you twice the time. So what I tend to do, I'm going to have gas flow, post flow set to 6 seconds. When I see everything is getting hotter and hotter, I do 6 seconds. After 5 seconds before it turns off, I just click it again, arc, and it goes to another post flow of 6 seconds. So I wait 12 seconds. But in this case, because you got so many welds on the same pipe, you got one section, second section, third section, fourth, and so on, and you never have to wait twice the amount of time for the post flow. Not a big difference, to be honest. This is the way I do it. It's more efficient on the gas, and actually look better, because the whole weld all around the pipe have the same colors. So I don't know, this is my preferences probably. Let's do it then. Let me show you the close up. Should be able to see it. You see? Now in the same way I'm gonna do the thicker rod. And you see what I mean, where you have to go slower. The awkward position, but and again, I'll do it on this one here. The thin rod, to see how different the speed is on the filling. There you go. Not a big difference, but just to show you. Maybe this one here actually opening up a little bit, you see? There's a bit of a gap because I've welded on the other side, there was nothing to hold in this side, and it pulled from the bottom, so it opens on the top. Let's see what happens now. See how it closes the gap? Not entirely, but it pulls quite a lot inside. I'm going to show you something. You see this? Has no color. That blue over there is because the argon shield was under here, that was exposed to oxygen. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm not gonna wait so long. I'm gonna remove the torch before the 6 seconds before the post flow finish, and I give him more color. You're gonna see it, hopefully, if the camera picks it up. I don't know. Let's try it. Ready? How cool is that? So you can see this is full post flow, and this is we expose the weld to the oxygen. Now onto this purple, blue, gold, red and yellow, all these colors is still fine. So you expose them at the weld to the oxygen, but not too much. If it's gray, then it's fucked. But to make it grey, you really have to fuck it up. It's overheated and you have no post flow whatsoever. Just expose it to the oxygen way too fast. So that's how it works. Let's finish it off. So I was all progressing. I've done this weld here at the beginning. I progressed to the very end. This section here is actually cooled down. Look, I can touch it on the weld. This one, no chance. So as I progressed well on this one, this section here cools down. It's nice and cold, and I can do another passes here. I don't have to be worried for double post flow or more gas or anything or overheated, because it's never gonna overheat it. Touched it. See? It's fucked. So the reason why I sharp them both ways, because I don't have to change it. I just turn it around and it's pretty much new. That's another thing. A lot of people, when they finish too well, obviously they do one pass, they remove the rod. But this is stainless as well, stainless. And this is glowing red hot because obviously you're melting this. And if you remove it from the argon shield, what's gonna happen to the tip of it? When it's hot, exactly the same stuff you're gonna do here. You're gonna break the molecules, you're gonna break the consistency of stainless. And then when you're gonna use it again to weld it, obviously that tip, the first bit, the first filler is gonna be pretty much crap. So keep that till it's cool, till it cools down anyway. This has to get the colors, but not grey. So the argon shield is as important for this as for your filler. Now obviously if I used a thicker filler than this, I will have to wait much longer. This is very thin, so it only takes him a second or two to cool down, and you can remove it straight away pretty much. Thicker one, need twice the time. But also you can see this welds, I'm progressing very fast because I'm not overheating. This one, look, I can. There's a lot of tricks about TIG welding. For example, another thing you can do to actually go quicker is to replace these caps. This is called cap. You can have them, this is a fairly big one, this is a gauge 10 or 12. You can have them jumbo ones that like inch wide, so it's 25mm wide. You can have them in perspex, which is like kind of a glass you can see through. Very wide ones, and it allows you to do much more gas flow. But obviously you pass, it can be much longer because the cup being longer, wider, it gives you way more spread of argon shield, so you can do way longer passes. If I do a pass by 15 mil, 12-15 mil long, with a larger cap you can do it probably 20 mil long. So sort of different tricks. Best way is just to experiment. There you go. Now usually when I do very nice exhaust systems, you shouldn't really tack it in place with a MIG. I have a portable TIG, but I have to dig it out because it's broken, so it's out of use for the moment. However, when I use this like MIG spot welds, you do TIG weld into here, and then from there onwards, then back on the bench, grinder this off, remove it completely, and then do a pass with the TIG. But to be honest, this is not a shortcut. This has to be strong and sit, so this is good enough. And on this side I've done a mixture of gold and blue. Who says you can't have fun doing this stuff? Of course you can. Playing with colours. Voila. Now what we have to do is wrap the whole exhaust. We have to hide all these welds. Oh well. That's another thing. Once you've done exhaust manifold, you have to make sure you can actually remove it and put it back together in one piece. Because it may actually happen, you weld the exhaust all together,
yeah,
and there's no room to fit it. So you probably have to chop it in half and put a V-pad on it.
yeah, that was always,
Split it in half.
that was my worry when I was welding the bloody exhaust for this. It's like, fucking
Yeah,
hell.
because yours is huge.
Yeah. I was like, I hope I can get myself in a through.
May happen. Why did I put the bolts? Will you still match the turbo? Of course you will match the turbo. Miscalculated it. It has to be wrapped a little bit more because obviously radiator will stay here and that section there is too close to the turbo outlet. So this is how it stays. It's going to be very hot. It's going to warm this up, so I better wrap everything up to here. Yeah. Smoking. Too much fuel. So there we have it today. I wanted to do the fenders as well today, but I can't be bothered, to be honest. It's Sunday, I want to go home. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I've done the whole exhaust anyway today. This is how it looks like. Hidden under the bumper. I think it's pretty good. Very simple brackets. I used the existing ones. They were on the silencer already. Just made this and that quickly. They're not beautiful, but again, this has to be strong. It's not a showcar. So, and yeah, and the exhaust. Nicely wrapped. It's very far away from both radiators. The engine cooler and the charge cooler. It's pretty close to the turbo outlet pipe, but again, it's completely heat wrapped. And that section there, I wrap it twice, so it's a double layer all the way through. You can see it there, obviously all wrapped. Yeah, and then reflective tape on that water pipe. This is the pipe that comes from the front of the engine, from the thermostat, and goes around here. It doesn't stick out because obviously we have the Passat sump, so you got plenty of space there. Goes here. It bolts with these fittings on the gearbox, 1 and 2 bolts over there. This is over 3mm thickness wool pipe, so this is extremely strong. You can probably jack the whole engine from here. As you can see, I still need to put some bolts on the CV joints, but all the rest is plugged in. Yeah, scavenge pump, everything it is as it should be. So there you go. Oh, another thing, I nearly forgot to do it. I have to make a bracket from the turbo to the engine, because obviously now the whole exhaust manifold holds the turbo and I don't like it. I like to hold the turbo with the separated bracket, because obviously then there's a turbo, and on the top of the turbo there's a whole exhaust. It's not big, but obviously all this section hangs on the turbo itself as well. So to make it a bit more reliable, I'm gonna make a bracket from the turbo, probably to this bracket, to this hose here somewhere. I don't know, have to work this out yet. So yeah, there we go. New shocks, new drop links, and we still have to work on the brakes, because I got the brackets on, but you can see one bolt fits but the other one doesn't. It's a different offset, but to be honest it's not really a big job. I think just gonna make a good bracket from one to here, so it should be okay. Well, it is gonna be, it's not that should be okay. I'm gonna make it that is very, very strong. Should be okay is not the language I use, but look at this, 295s, and they actually fit. I wish I could leave them on. Well, not really, because they're mine, but you know what I mean. Now the fuel tank, I want to show you something, because although it does stick out on the belly, however, if you see it from here, it's not the lowest point. The lowest point is actually the subframe. That tank sticks probably ½ an inch higher than the subframe, so it is not a lowest point of the car. Sure, it's in the middle, so it's different. You can't really do a comparison, but it is what it is. That's the protection for it. That's the 6082 T6 aluminium. Very hard. It's great for the protection under the belly. So, oh, there you go. So that's it really. Tomorrow, fenders. We're gonna bleed the clutch. I'm also gonna probably, let me turn the light off, bleed the clutch, do the lines for the brakes, bleed the brakes. We have the gears, we have the brakes. I can fill up the cooling system, I can fill up the charge cooler system with the coolant. I can make this thing run for half an hour or whatever, just warm it up nicely. Check again for all the leaks, because obviously when you check the leaks when it's nice and cold is one thing, but then you have to really warm it up to check if everything is alright. And a couple of other things, CV joint bolts, steering rods tightening and adjusting, so that's the tracking, you have to do it. Fenders, air filter, exhaust is done. Fuel filler vent, we just connect the pipe, which I forgot to do it, and that's it really. Connect the radiator, the fans, because we have 1, 2, 5, 6 of them, so connect those, but the loom is pretty much done. It's there just to connect everything. And I don't think tomorrow night, because I want to do everything nice and steady, but on Tuesday for lunchtime we should be able to road test it. And then oh, there it goes again, V8 turbo, passenger mounted turbo. That's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, I'll see you the next one on Tuesday, probably, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, that goes alright. But that is with the actuator held shut, so the vanes are staying closed. So that won't give the top end it should have, but it's just checking it spools, and it clearly does. Yep, that works. Do a burnout! You don't often see an old camper van fucking get sideways under power, do you? But that just did then.
That was third there.
It's out of third gear.
Dry tarmac and wheel spin. Oh shit. It's a bit aggressive because obviously it's mapping.
Yeah.
So the power comes like loose and it's like odd.
Yeah.
So you have to get the variable vane working properly and fuel.
Does it seem to spool all right now? It's
a bit high, I would say. Obviously we got everything is all, there's no map, nothing, so you can adjust that pretty much better.
Yeah.
But when it comes on, it's like, well, yeah.
It looked like it fucking moved.
But it definitely needs, obviously definitely needs a map. But, there you go. Did it create a smoke when the boost comes on, or still smoking?
It smokes, but it seems less, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, well, everything works. Temps are okay. No pressures and anything. So, no leaks apart this, but I was refilling up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, we have to adjust the gearbox linkage only because it doesn't go too far left to engage the first gear. That's the only thing. So I have to start in second and then third, but I still will spin on the dry. Brakes starting to work because obviously everything is new. On the
yeah, that's the thing.
I got the new pads, but all discs. So they got the lip and they have to adjust. So, but they start to work now. But feels stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean that was pretty rough. It's not nice and smooth.
No.
Even wheel spin, all that stuff, but still feels. I mean, in comparison to before, it's like day and night.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's got modern suspension on the back now, so I think if you'd have, if it had done a third gear fucking power skid like that with the old torsion bar suspension, it probably fell over.
No anti-roll bar, nothing. This is got anti-roll bar now, proper suspension, proper brakes. It's wider on the back. So yeah, it's good.
A sports car.
Tomorrow I'm gonna just adjust this, the gear linkage and all that stuff. A couple of zip tires because it's a race car.
Of course.
And are we going for mapping?
Good times.
Are we going for mapping all 3 or 4 cars?
If we're lucky, it's one of them. Yeah. To be honest, this alone would be interesting enough because, I mean, wow, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just seeing it then is like, wow, that's third gear and it's just smoking the tire.
Yeah.
A fucking an old camper van going. It's funny with you behind the wheel. It's got that massive steering wheel, and I could see your face, and it's like, oh, it's like
fuck.
Yeah. But I'm
not really sure what to expect, but I want to live.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that came out good on the camera because it was very funny watching me. It's just like, it's like shit. And now, let's go do a drift day.
So next step, weld the diff.
Yeah.
Increase the lock.
Yeah. Yeah, Wise Fab. And a supercharged LS and a winter's diff, and then we're done. Yeah.
Jokes apart, this in the wet is you can.
Mate, if that was in the dry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, it's no map. No map will make a huge difference because obviously the boost and everything will come on smoother. You build the power sooner, so the power curve is going to be much better. So you're going to train way more power than it is now, obviously. But it is what it is for now. So finish it off, a couple of things, and we finished it. Wow, we finished it. Tomorrow is going to be, that's it. That's it, because I had a bit of because we remove cabinets inside, it would be flying around.
Yeah.
Really. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
And I think I left the laser battery inside as well.
Fucking.
At some point I was like, it may land on my head.
Yeah.
So this is one of them, like you done yesterday.
Yeah.
So I just gone around, just see if it works, all the stuff, and you get carried away.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you've been working on it for months now. This is the second time with them.
That's the thing. You can feel when things start getting promising. So it's like you got to.
Yeah. If it's fair to say, if it's okay. I mean, well, we didn't have any brakes at the beginning. Didn't feel safe, but you know.
As long as you got.
Major issue, I've been braking.
As long as you got steering, you don't need brakes.
Yeah, kind of. That is a kind of a steering because it's like driving a boat.
Yeah.
Because it has no power steering, so obviously you don't have a 2.5. You got 15 to one side.
Literally like a fucking 17th century galleon.
Yeah, it is. So you're kind of busy at the front there. What was that?
The camera.
Yeah, you're kind of busy in the front there. But the clutch needs sorting because it's different clutch now. So smaller master cylinder, so it's going to be a bit more comfortable. It's not bad though now. I thought it was worse, but it's okay.
What is the front brakes on this one now?
Discs.
Yeah, it's discs
yeah,
on the
but
front.
from 1920.
Oh right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like a single piston.
I saw a big. It looked like a big single piston caliper, but is it like ancient thing? Is it? Yeah.
Don't
really do much.
No. Well.
Does it feel too rear biased on the brakes or anything, or no?
Can't say now because obviously with the new parts and then and the old disc brakes, they pretty much used quite a lot, so they have a lip.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much using like 10-20% of the surface of the disc with the back now.
Until it gets to the.
In reality, I should put the new discs on the back, to be honest. But we still have to sort out which ones because we have two models. Because this is Max Golf 7, but we mixed the parts because we get calipers from the Volkswagen T5, the real ones. So we have the handbrake. Yeah. And the slightly smaller calipers, so we have less braking force on the back, because that's what we want. Yeah. Not too much. So actually, on one side I have a bigger disc, the other side I have the smaller disc. To see which one, which one fits. So we have to choose which one the new. I'm not gonna buy the new ones. It's like, oh fuck, they're supposed to get the other ones. They will because I had to make your brackets for the calipers. We didn't match. So now I know which brakes to buy. I can get the new stuff.
It's definitely a car you can go to Euro Car Parts in and give them the registration number anymore.
Oh yeah. The guys always ask me reg number. Nope. No. There you go.
Yeah. Well, he said that to me when I went to buy them spark plugs. He's like, well, "What's the reg?" I said, "Mate, don't go there." So he's like, "So what are the plugs even from a standard then?" I said, "I don't even know." It's not one. Just here's
but
the
there's
number.
your code. You should be able to work around the code. I'm not even there.
No. It's like what's the standard the OEM vehicle these plugs are from? I don't think there is a standard OEM vehicle. I think it's just a plug.
All right. I think that's it.
Yeah?
We have the charge cord and all the stuff. Tomorrow we're going to leave it for probably 2-3 hours running. Get all the fans kicking in.
Yeah, get it all hot and
all the stuff. Make sure everything is spot on.